This video is about OET listening. Let me ask you something. Have you ever finished an OET listening test and thought, I heard every word, so why did I still lose marks? You knew the vocabulary, you understood the speakers, you followed the conversation, and yet your score did not reflect what you heard. Do you know the reason why? Because OET listening is not testing whether you can hear English. It is testing whether your brain can process medical communication under pressure. So today I'm going to teach you something very few teachers explain. This is not another read ahead carefully video or another underline keywords lesson. I'm going to reveal the listening prediction psychology method. This is the hidden skill that helps candidates predict answers before the audio gives them. Okay, so let's move on to part one. Most test takers listen like this. They press play button, they wait for information, they try to catch the answer when it appears. This is passive listening. And passive listening definitely fails, right? The reason is by the time your brain recognizes the answer, the speaker has already moved on. OET audio moves fast and you cannot chase answers. You must anticipate them. And the next one is average candidates listen to understand. But if you want to be a high scorer, then you need to listen to confirm the predictions. That's a huge difference, right? When a patient says, I have had a chest discomfort since yesterday, a doctor immediately predicts possibilities cardiac issue, acid reflux, muscle strain. The doctor doesn't wait passively, isn't it? They predict. So OET listening works exactly in the same way. And the third one is before every blank or question, you have to pause mentally for 3 seconds and you need to ask the first question what kind of answer fits here? Is it a symptom, a number, a diagnosis, a recommendation, a patient concern? Your brain now has a target, correct? And second question, what language form will it sound like? For example, if answer is likely a concern, then expect phrases like I'm worried about, my concern is, I'm afraid that. If answer is likely advice, you have to expect you should, I recommend, it would be best to. Now your ears know what to hunt for. And the next one is distractor psychology. This is what nobody tells you. OET writers think like psychologists. They know your brain reacts to familiar words, so they deliberately place attractive wrong answers. Example, when the speaker says, initially we suspected pneumonia, but later tests ruled that out and confirmed bronchitis. Many of you write pneumonia. Why? Because the brain grabs the first medically familiar term. This is called premature capture. And what is the solution for this? You should never commit mentally to the first plausible answer. You have to wait for the confirmation. Okay? Then the next one is meaning shift. Many answers change direction halfway through. You have to watch for the trigger words. Words such as however, although, actually, in fact, instead, but, nevertheless. So these are danger signals. They often indicate the real answer is coming after the shift. Okay? You need to be very much aware about this. And the emotion detection technique. This is especially powerful for part A. You have to stop listening only for facts. You have to listen for emotional signals. A patient's emotional tone often reveals the answer. If they sound hesitant, then possible uncertainty or fear. If they sound frustrated, then likely ongoing unresolved symptoms. If they are relieved, likely improvement or reassurance. Defensive, then possible non compliance or resistance. So the meaning often hides in patient emotion. So the next one is shadow listening method. This is my favorite advanced technique. As the audio plays, silently paraphrase. If the speaker says the patient reported intermittent dizziness over the past fortnight, then your brain instantly translates occasional dizziness for 2 weeks. I'll tell you the reason why this would be very powerful because OET rarely repeats exact wording. Answers are usually paraphrased, so you need to train your brain to convert meaning instantly. Okay, now let's see an example here. Listen to this. Mrs. Carter initially reported severe nausea after meals. However, further discussion revealed the discomfort was more accurately described as abdominal bloating. So, here, many candidates hear severe nausea. But what is correct here? Abdominal bloating. The reason is the meaning shift word however. Can you see here? Yes. And if you want rapid improvement, practice this for 20 minutes daily. I call it as the 24-hour training method. Step 1, play the medical audio. Step 2, you have to pause before the key statements. Step 3, predict what comes next. Step 4, you have to check for accuracy because this builds anticipatory listening. And anticipatory listening builds OET scores definitely. Okay? The best OET listeners are not people with perfect English. They are people whose brains stay one step ahead of the speaker. That's the real skill. So, listening is not reaction, listening is prediction. So, the next time you practice OET listening, stop trying to catch the answers, start predicting them. That single shift can completely transform your score. If this changed how you think about OET listening, comment below. I will predict, not chase. And if you want more unconventional OET strategies that actually work, subscribe now because sometimes the biggest score improvements come from strategies no one else is teaching. That's all for today's video. Kindly like, share, and subscribe for more OET tips. See you in the next video. Bye bye.